Hey everyone, Series Month concludes with a terror from beyond the stars. That's right, I'm talking about the Alien franchise. I'm Zach Bishop, and this is 4Films. In 1979, the world was introduced to a terrifying creature made out of nightmares. A truly Lovecraftian monster, it's haunted many people for decades. So what happens in this horrifying feature film? Well, the crew of
the Nostromo,
they receive a distress call from seemingly nowhere. They follow it out to the planet LV-426, and upon that planet they find a derelict spaceship. This alien craft seems to house hundreds upon hundreds of eggs. One of them hatches, and shit goes down. I'm not going to spoil what actually happens next because enough time has passed where there are people who have never seen this space-bound masterpiece. Oh, and just to be clear, this is a horror movie. Yeah, it's a horror film. No question about it. This film has left behind a legacy of terror and a lot of questions, all thanks to the talents of writers Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett, artist H.R.Giger, and director Ridley Scott. And out of the many burning questions, one of them stands out to me particularly. Where did this creature come from? Well, the answer is maybe it's something we haven't seen yet. In 1986, we received some answers in the form of James Cameron's Aliens. Set 57 years after the first Alien, Sigourney Weaver's character Ellen Ripley awakes from her cryosleep to be informed that there may be more of those creatures running around that she dealt with. Like, a shitload more. So she goes with a team of absolute badasses down to the now colonized LV-426 to find the remains of what appears to have been some kind of attack. Mystery. And in case you're wondering, yes, this movie is awesome. It's just as good as the original, and to some people it might even be better because it's more action-packed. And really, this movie does have like everything you could possibly want in a film. It's got action, suspense, horror, a little bit of romance, which is odd to say, parental bonds and such. I mean, there's love in the movie. But again, I'm not going to give any spoilers. You just have to watch this movie. When I say watch this movie, I mean watch it. Watch the movie. Go now. So later in 1992, after a troubled production and indecision on what the story should actually be, director David Fincher, his first film by the way, unleashed Alien 3 upon the world. Now if you're like me, and the many others who saw Alien and or Aliens, you were very excited for this because you're like, wow, another chapter, like, let's go, let's see where this goes. But everyone had a preconceived notion of where this film was going to go. So when they saw it, instead of getting the next chapter, we got a bleak, souring experience. Now over the years, this film has been reevaluated, and there is merit to it. It really does fit the theme of the very first film, in that everything is bleak and hopeless because you're in an indifferent universe with a space monster coming to kill your ass. It doesn't get any bleaker than that. And even though I can say that this is a fitting conclusion, if it were a trilogy, it almost feels deliberately cruel in some parts. And strangely enough, in a franchise full of space monsters that burrow inside of people through forceful rape, and then burst out of you to violently murder other people, this film is probably the darkest. With that in mind, in 1997 we got Alien Resurrection. And instead of reviving a seemingly dead or dying franchise, what we got was beating a dead horse by having a weird combination of sci-fi western pirates meets French comedy. This time, set 200 years after the events of Alien 3, some cloned aliens wreck up the place. That's the gist of it. And much like Alien 3, instead of building upon the things that came before, both films started a trend of seemingly ignoring everything that came before it. Just completely disregarding previous plot points, or at least where you think they're going to go. I mean, from the first film alone, you know that the ultimate goal, or the thing that you don't want to happen, is for one of these creatures to get to Earth. So you would think by the third or fourth film, where are they gonna go? Could you have them on Earth and still make a story? Well, yes. And a lot of Aliens fans know this because the comic books had already done these stories. Stories such as Earth War, It's in the Name, Labyrinth, and the original Alien vs. Predator would all make really good films. But instead of following those stories, we got a string of films that became more and more unsatisfying and left us with an unknown future. Although supposedly we are going to get the third prequel film from Ridley Scott, and he has something to do with the Alien TV show, which is set on Earth, so who knows, and possibly even a fifth Alien movie that hopefully gets rid of 3 and 4. And by doing so, it would give a fitting conclusion to Ripley's character and the big story at large, so we could move forward to a new frontier with new alien stories and new protagonists. So really at this point, I hope there is some kind of conclusion for Ripley and her character arc, and then that way the alien universe can just head off in a new direction to see what else is out there beyond the stars. So to rate them real quick, I'll just tell you this. Alien, 8.5 out of 10. Fantastic movie. One of the best. Aliens, 8.4 out of 10. Because even though Aliens is amazing, you can't say it's better than the first Alien, because without the first Alien, there'd be no Aliens. Alien 3, I give it 5 out of 10. Now this is because the film itself isn't exactly terrible, but there's a lot of things in it that you're like, okay, and? And because it's so dark and bleak, you're like, yeah, you feel depressed after watching it. But it's still pretty good, especially the director's cut. And last we have Alien Resurrection. I'll be generous and give it a 3 out of 10. Because Ron Perlman's good, Sigourney Weaver as a new version of Ripley is actually interesting, and the setting is pretty good. It looks like an alien film, but every cool thing that happens, there's something stupid that happens right after it, so it kind of disregards its own coolness. It's also horribly edited and horribly directed. That's what happens when you take a script and a director, and there's a language barrier for one thing, and it just felt like a mess. So that's my ratings for the films, and that's the end of series month. So I'd like to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that crap. You can support these videos and my music on Patreon/TheBisness. I would appreciate that greatly. This is Zach Bishop, the last survivor of 4 films, signing off. Alright, that went well. Oh my god. I forgot to make up a skit. Come on, you fucking robot.
Hello.
Yeah, Bishop, hey, I forgot to do a skit. Do you have that one ready?
Skit's on its way. ETA.
16 minutes? Dude, the video's done. The camera's still on me. The video's done. I need the skit now.
Skit's on its way. ETA. 16 minutes.
Bishop? You're pushing it, pal. When can I get the skit? I need it like right this second. I'm wasting time.
Skit's on its way. ETA. 16 minutes.
Oh, you sassy bitch. Listen, if you don't get me a goddamn skit right now, I'm gonna disconnect you. And you know what I'm talking about.
Was that a penis joke?
No, that's not what I meant at all. Look, just get the skit here, okay? Come on, please.
Skit's on its way. ETA. 16 minutes.
And that's how it ends. Not with a bang, but with a whisper.